what everyone said I should be and play all these roles as a chameleon. But now looking back, that I'm actually so brilliant
Mhm.
that that's exactly where I needed to be. I needed to be in those
Yeah.
corporate situations and I needed to place myself in these learning opportunities. It was always there, the work and initiating the change from the sidelines, being that I was always mentoring and coaching people within corporate off hours or outside of the scientist role. And so I would always try to figure out how to fill both of those roles, which led me to burnout, which led me to be like, why aren't you a coach? Like you do it already. And so I said, yeah, that's a good point. Let's go try this whole coaching thing out. And I'm exhausted with the other roles and responsibilities that I've identified with. Yeah.
Yeah. Projectors aren't really meant to be in the corporate worlds. Like, it's just not designed for them. You can usually keep up with it, but like I was saying, like you hit your 30s and you're like, whoa, I am not meant for this. It's beautiful that you listen to your intuition and that I truly believe that life is a puzzle. We are meant to take these pieces to help support us in where we're supposed to be. And that if it doesn't propel you forward, it's going to be a lesson so that you learn from it and you propel yourself forward. There's so many times where I'm like, oh, did I just waste my time with this? And I'm like, oh, that's how this intertwines. This is going to play a part in my role. And I'm glad that's happened for you. And so, with your mediumship, your channeling, your gifts, is it something you bring in with your coaching? Is it something you do for yourself? I have to ask, like, do you feel any sort of spirit for me here? How does it play in your daily life, your work life, and those types of things?
Yeah, that's a great question. And, I'm really, even to this moment, piecing that together. And that's what's so beautiful with this full moon and this time that we're approaching the Lionsgate portal, where you felt separate is coming into unity. I've been compartmentalized in my gifts where I'd be a coach here, and then I'd be corporate Bren here, or I'd be a consult here, or I would do energy healing for animals over here with like clairvoyance, but I would do channeling with my voice in this part, and then my music would be separate. So now I'm seeing how they're all actually meant to come together in my medicine bag in one experience. So whenever someone works with me, I have a few different options depending where they're at. And like you said earlier, usually when someone finds me, they're ready for big change and they're ready to have someone kind of encouraging and supporting and bringing in other perspectives to challenge maybe some old rooted beliefs, to bring curiosity in and see what's really wanting to be created. So part of that does include coaching naturally, but I don't call myself a coach. A self-care practitioner, that's because that is what I practice, that is what I do, and that is what I help others do. So figuring out how they love themselves and how they can incorporate that into practices. The medicine part is now all of those pieces and now includes the channeling. And when people ask, right? So you asked, like, am I picking up anything before the call? This is in the medicine world or working with plant medicine. People can relate to this maybe is there, is a part of the ceremony at the beginning where you integrate with the medicine and you maybe are making space for what's got to come through in many ways, right? We call it the purge. It can be like nasal. A lot of times mine would be mucus. It can be gut, release, yawning. It never fails when I'm about to be in a space with someone or open my channel that I've got to do the bathroom routine. And I'm like, oh, hey, it's an indicator for me that there could be something coming through that I'm going to be really open. And so that happened. And as I opened my channel to come and be present with someone, then today I was picking up some gut, little anxiety type emotion. And I'm only going to be able to put words from my own personal experience. But when I work with someone, I invite them into to feel and tell me what's happening within them. But I may point to certain areas that I'm feeling. So my body will work as the channel and tell me maybe where there's some energy stored in the body that's ready for a voice and maybe for some support to heal and to be integrated or released. And then with that invitation in, then we can go in there and then I open up to see if there's a channeled message. And what I channel is the universal language. This is the language of creation before there was any separation. So it comes from the 0 point, from all the way up. And what I'm finding is it bypasses some of the triggers of the mind or the stories of the mind or the nervous system that would shut down the healing opportunity. And it's a visceral, embodied response. Oftentimes, emotions will move, or parts of someone want a voice from whether it's their past childhood or their past life, whatever they resonate with. What's fun is that's my white space because it's very unknown. And I always have absolutely no idea what's going to come through.
Welcome to Float Activity, the channel that guides you on a transformative journey towards spiritual wisdom, self-development, and healing practices, all aimed at elevating your intuition and aligning you with your soul's purpose. I'm your host, Kara Dempsey, and I'm thrilled to have you joining me as we learn together. Please subscribe and share this with a friend to help grow my channel. I appreciate you, and we'll chat soon.